Welcome back to the Rust Wrangler channel. As you can see behind me here, we've got a pretty unique and rare truck. 1974 Ford F350 Super Camper Special. And we're going to see if we can get this thing running. This is actually on the farm where we got the courier, and it's super dry in this area. So I'll show you here in a second, but there's not a lot of rust on this vehicle. We'll go ahead and look at everything here in a minute, but it's got a longer bed on it than normal due to the fact that they keep the spare tire in the bed there on the side of the bed. So this truck's actually not been on the road in about 20 years. They say they parked it here and drove it into this spot about 20 years ago. So hopefully we'll have no problems getting it going. Again, like I said, it's super dry here, so there shouldn't be too many moisture problems in the motor, or at least we hope not. Although you can see it's been stored with the hood up, so you never know. So let's start by walking around this thing and looking at what was all unique about this vehicle. So you can see here by the badging, it's a Super Camper Special, like I said. And I'm just going to go ahead and show you two of the things that I know it has here. You can see in the bed, it's got the hump on the side here where the spare tire will sit. Let's go ahead and move some of this stuff out of the way, and then we'll see if we can get this side compartment open so we can see the spare tire here. Something smells dead here, but we'll just have to power through. Oh, that's a dead bird. Okay, so that's just, you got two little latches here that just pop right out. And let's see. Oh, there we go. So there you go. This one's actually still got the spare tire in it. That's super neat. I'm pretty sure this is probably the original. And it's still holding air. So that's all it does right there. And that sits right on the side of the bed. So I'm going to go ahead and latch this back up, and then I'm going to show you another piece in the back, the rear bumper. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and clear the stuff off of this bumper so I can get it up. That way we can take a closer look at the rear bumper here. As you can see, they use this truck for storage. There we go. And there you have it. 2002 is when they parked it here, so what is that, 21 years? So this bumper supposedly slides out to hold the weight of a camper farther back. I'm going to see if I can't figure that out a minute and see if we can slide it out. Let's see here. There's a handle down here. Let's see, I might need a hammer. want to be kind of careful because we're in rattlesnake country here, so we're gonna want to make sure we kind of look where we're putting our hands first. So the mechanism in here is pretty seized up. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys. I don't have any WD-40 or PB blaster on me right now. So I'm going to show you here, and when I run to town later I might go ahead and grab some, see if we can't free it up. So if you go down here, you can see this bumper slides into these rails here. In there, and then the mechanism that you can see there's a rod that slides in with a pin right there, comes over to here, and you have a kind of a bracket on a swivel, and then the other side of the rod goes to this pin here, which will basically lock this or unlock it. And since this little notch right here is not on the washer there, I'm going to assume that it's probably still, those dowels are probably still inside of there a little bit. So I'm guessing that's probably why I can't slide them or slide it out. But like I said, we'll see if we can get some PB blaster or something later and free this thing up so we can see what it does. That'd be pretty neat to see. So it took me a couple hours to break this bumper free, but I think I got it to the point where we can see exactly what this thing does. This was one of the features on this truck, and basically it slides out like this, and then you have the linkage like I was showing you earlier that pulls out. I ended up getting all that freed up. It pulls the two little dowels in, and these bars, which I'll show you here, they have holes all the way along, so you can set this at different points. But it pulls out like that, and then you can take this. Get this out like that. You can take the tailgate, drop it down like that, and then this is basically your step. So pretty neat. I'm gonna go ahead and show you a closer view here. So you can see this thing basically just slides in like two big Reese hitches, and it's got these holes all along here that the dowels will slip into from that linkage. I straightened out the pieces down here with the notch, and then there's two bolts, one on this side right here that actually just hold tight against the inside bar. You got one on this side. There's a bunch of wiring that goes out here. It's probably for the license plate light and this hookup. So anywho's, that's pretty neat. You can see there, that bumper just slides right out like that. And then it also just slides right back in. Let's see if I can get it to slide back in here. Go ahead and slide this right back in. Slides right back in like so, and you're back to and then you throw that linkage down there back in. It slides the dowels back into those holes to hold it tight, and you tighten down those two bolts. So that's pretty neat. Another feature on this truck, or on these trucks, I believe, was they had these special hookups back here, and that came factory, the electrical hookups. I may have forgotten to mention that these trucks only came in two-wheel drive. So with that, let's go take a peek at the Go take a peek at the interior here. Yowza. Wow. That is full of stuff. It looks like the mice have had their way with this thing. And it smells like it too. But it looks like everything's here. So I'm gonna go ahead and maybe start pulling stuff out of here so we can actually sit in there and possibly run the key and whatnot. So like I said, it's a dry area of the state, and the rockers, the doors, oh, there is a little bit of rust in the door in the back corner here, but there is very little rust on this truck. Maybe a little more where the mice were peeing in there, but the rockers are all solid here. The bed, super solid. Other than the door there's almost no rust on this thing. Take a look at the other side. I mean, it's just super dry around here, right? So you don't get many rust problems. This door looks like it's all pretty decent. Let's see if this door opens. Yep. Oh boy, I think the mouse pee got to this one where it was closed. Right there, you can see everything is just kind of piled up. So that might have, oh yeah, we got some dead mice laying there. But again, the rocker, super solid. It's pretty neat. The engine side, again, you can see they just kind of stack stuff in there. We'll get a battery in here in a few, and we'll see if this thing is going to turn over for us. I might have to actually, oh, you know what? I'm going to see if we can get it turned over by hand a second. In these trucks, I believe they used anything from a 360 to a 390 or even a 460. Okay, let's go ahead and check the oil. Oh, that don't look promising. It looks like there's water in the oil. Yeah, that's not looking good. Milkshake. And then I guess let's go ahead and look at the radiator as well. Oh wow, that's actually full. So you can see here, the radiator's still full. So if there is actually water in the oil, it's not from the radiator. It's definitely from moisture getting in this motor. So let's go ahead and dive in a little farther and see what we can come up with. Alright, so we'll try by hand first here. Make sure there's nothing that's gonna eat me. Oh boy. Yeah, she's definitely not gonna turn over easy. I'm gonna go grab some wrenches, I think, and see if we can put a wrench on the front pulley and get any more action that way. Otherwise, I might go ahead and pull the plugs out and we'll try again. All right, let's see what size we need here. Okay, 24 mil. I may need to find a cheater bar, but I'm sure we can find one of those around here somewhere. Oh boy, yeah, that thing is solid. Okay, so I found a cheater bar on the ground over there. Let's I got her on here. Let's see if we can get any action with a cheater bar. Don't look like it. I think before I strip that bolt, I'm gonna go ahead and just pull these spark plugs, and then maybe spray some lube down there to hopefully free things up. Yeah. Now that I take the air cleaner lid off, it does look pretty crusty in here, so it must have got some moisture in it. Let's see what these plugs look like. Okay, well, at least the end of the plug is dry and it's sooty, but not too bad looking, so that's a good sign. I guess we'll find out if any of the cylinders had water in them once we get all these out. That one's not too bad. It's got a little rust on it, but it's dry, so I think that one will be all right as well. It kind of looks like with the cans of starter fluid here that somebody's tried starting this thing before, so hopefully the starter's not shot. There are a few other Fords laying around that we can maybe rob one off of, but again, not too bad. Okay, so all four on this side look pretty dry on the plugs, so that's a good sign. Let's I'm gonna pull this air cleaner right off of here, and then let's get that other side out. Yeah, things don't look too bad up here. Oh boy, yeah, I bet we got moisture down the carb and into the valves probably. May have to take these valve covers off, but we'll see. Let's get the plugs out first and see what that does. Oh boy, that plug's wet, and there's actually water coming out of that cylinder right now. So that is not a good sign. And that plug is extremely tight. Try some of these other ones first. There we go. Okay, another one that's a little rusty, but it's dry. Ranwin Park Day. Okay, good, that one's coming out. I just have the one left after this. Another surface rust, but dry. So far just the one that has moisture or water in the cylinder. I'm guessing this one might too, because it's seeming like this one's in there pretty darn good. I kind of have a feeling this one's gonna bust off in there, but let's see. Oh, I think I got it. Yes. I'd rather not have a busted spark plug in there. Oh, yeah, it looks like there was probably water in that one because it's pretty crusty. It's dry now, but it's pretty crusty. So I'm gonna give it another shot real quick I start pulling more stuff off of here, I'm turning the crank. Have to probably put some lube down in these cylinders, because I'm guessing this thing's going to be straight seized in there. I bet that one's probably for sure stuck. Some of the ones on this side are probably all stuck, so I think this driver's side is probably decent, but let's see here. And I bet the valves here are probably pretty rusty as well, because I'm guessing moisture got in the carb. Or, yeah, maybe not 100% sure, but let's see. Let's give it another shot here. No, I'm just tightening that bolt. Okay, so I'm kind of thinking it might be worth pulling these valve covers off to see what it looks like down in there, because I'm guessing it's going to be pretty gnarly. So maybe I'll go ahead and do that real quick. Yeah, even this little PCV valve is super rusty. Alright, so this should be the bad side. Let's see what she looks like. Oh yeah, that's not looking good. Small amount of time I have here this week. So that is looking pretty crusty. A little better as you go down that way, but still not great. I mean, this side here is just caked. That ain't looking good at all. I'm gonna go ahead and pull the other side real quick just to see what that looks like, but that's gonna be probably pulling the head to try to get that taken care of. All right, let's go ahead and pull this one real quick. down here. Yeah, that side's pretty bad too. And by pretty bad, I mean real bad. Wow. What was I saying about being in a super dry area with no moisture? Oh man, that is horrible. So yeah, this motor is going to take a lot more work than obviously, like I said, what I have time for this week. So I'm probably going to have to leave this truck at that, which is a shame. This is a super cool rig. There's other vehicles on this farm that I'm going to probably switch over to and focus on with the time I have. And then I'll throw this all back together. I'll probably show the farmer, and he can decide what he wants to do with it. But boy, that's a bummer. That is a lot of rust. So, like I said, I think that's about it for this truck. If it was me, I'd just throw a new motor in it and drive the thing. I mean, I'm sure everything, obviously, like you see, it's a good donor for throwing a new motor in and using it. But super cool truck, regardless. Now I am gonna, even though I'm not gonna get this thing running, I am gonna throw all the parts back on because I don't want to leave this thing a mess and have parts laying everywhere. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw everything back together before I walk away from this project, and that way we leave it just as is, since it's not ours. So I'm gonna go ahead and get everything put back on here, and we'll finish up on this rig. I think what I may do is I may try to schedule another week where I can come down here and possibly dive into this thing a little farther, where I may have more time to work on it. Maybe pull the heads and just start fresh with that motor. Like I said, we'll see what the farmer wants to do with it. If he's okay with that, then we'll try to come down here and put more time into this rig. But other than that, that's all I can do for now. So will it run? Not today, it won't. But hopefully in the future, maybe we can get this puppy running. So, unfortunately, like I said, won't be able to get this truck running in the time I have this week. But thanks again for watching. Appreciate it. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.